now time for Hello, Mr. President, a segment that focuses solely on issues that you're experiencing within your community. So if you have any problems, bad roads, bad hospitals, terrible schools, things that are hindering your personal growth as a Ghanaian, and you want to draw the attention to the president to it, simply take out your phone and record an up to 1 minute video. Send that video to us via the email hellomrpresidenttv@gmail.com or via WhatsApp 0550-585832. And every Wednesday at 9:30, we'll show the entire nation and the world what you are experiencing in your communities, and also call on to those policymakers who are supposed to answer to them to tell you why they have failed you. Now, last week we talked about the Avehime rice farms. Ghana imports over $1 billion of rice into the country every year. Yet we have what it takes to produce this rice locally. If we were able to do that, that would mean that $1 billion that we're taking out of the country would be circulating locally. More jobs will be created during that within that sector, and hopefully we can even expand our production and supply to other parts of the continent. But because we have failed to do that, we are rather relying on importing rice into the country. Ironically, people in the Avehime rice farm area are saying they just want a factory in their community to be revived so that they can productively contribute to the rice that we all need to eat so that we can help our economy grow. We will take a look at some of the things they said last week and then continue the conversation.
Hello, is my name. It all started well during President Buhari's era, especially the endings of the 90s. But so far along the line, the company was shut down, disappointing the entire community, especially the people of Abutre and then the neighboring towns and villages. So now that we have President Akufo-Addo in power, he said one district, one factory. So we are appealing to him so that it will come to our aid. We are on a meal, ready him, so that the company can reactivate, so that the youth from Abutre and the neighboring towns can get job and work. So as I stand now, the economic activities in the towns is so low. Everything has gone down, very terrible. So we are appealing to the Mr. President to do something on this particular Abutre rice project for us, so that the youth of the town, at least, things can get back to the normal stage.
I am a graduate, and the closure of this company has really affected us, because we all know that agriculture is the heartbeat of every community. When this company was first instituted, everybody was happy. Our parents were able to work to cater for us even when we were in school. But since the closure of this company, most of us were not able to continue our education again. We have to be in the house. Some of us have to be school dropouts. I even personally have to go through a lot of hardship to complete. And ever since I finished my national service as a graduate, and equally other graduates in this community, we've been jobless. We've been in the house for more than 6 years, 4 to 5 years now, without any work. And we have families to feed. Our children are hungry because we don't have any work to do. Even if we have to be job creators, we need to solicit funds from other places to create the jobs the government is calling we the graduates now to create. So we need quality grain to come back for us to be employed, have money, and create the jobs to employ other people. So the closure of this company is really, really affecting us, especially we the graduates.
The company, when the company started, we were all happy in this Avehime community that we have a company like this in our community. And a few years ago, I see that the company has come down, that shut down, and we don't know what happened. So I call in our MP, Honorable Kudeto Abrakwa, to come in and solve the situation for us. So when he came, he told us that it's not, he didn't worry. So the president is trying to come and restructure the companies for us. So right as I stand here, I am pleading to the government that it should come to us.
So those were some of the residents of the Avehime rice farm area. We reached out to the Ministry of Agriculture, We reached out to the Ministry of Trade and Industry. They all said that they couldn't respond right now and that next week they will provide us with the details that we need about when this factory will be revived so that the people in the community can get employment and also contribute to the rice production that we need. Don't forget that over the weekend, NPP's manifesto launch, they did say that rice production was going to be key for us to develop and wean ourselves off depending on foreign imports. So we'll bring you back that conversation next week. We'll now take a look at the video we received this week.
President, my friend Mr. John Kobnautu, because of Butre, Anta West, Butre, Yokowa, Yafa, Yapa, Brown, taking Zigua, Dana Dana. Mr. President, yes, Rawala, that you win you are nothing in the Sunday, Butre, Yokowa, Ablubiala, Awahu, Waba, and Slashaw, and you look at the Butre Kuyala, so not for Battiston or on a crap or Fado, Waba, Wapa, Mr. President, I share a Pana, Wafad Wapa, and the California. Yes, Rawala, road in Yakra, yes, when you Zimala, yes, Rawala, Big Biala will be Ala, or Mazanda back when you're from Nash and Ponyame, a yellow black. Penbebrina, Messia Funko or Powder. What's a black? I will do as also those in Wissy. Just so, Mr. President, Vidiala would be Ala.
So, again, this has to do with a road issue. Every week we receive stories and messages that has to do with roads. The irony is that a year ago, our correspondent in that area, Kwesi Ejinin, did a report on this same area. And as you can see, very little has been done to solve that problem. We'll take a look at Kwesi's report and then continue the conversation.
This is the beautiful area view of Butre community here in the Ahanta West district of the Western region, a tourism community. And it is a tourism community because of this very fort that was built in 1640 called Fort Batterstan. Unfortunately for this tourism attraction, the bad state of the road to this particular community has been denying people who want to actually come and visit this particular fort. But I have the assemblyman who wants to tell me what has been the challenge for people to actually come to this very fort to visit the community. What can you tell me about this fort and the level of patronage when it comes to tourists?
Yo, me pede, nkofo won hin dey. Ozan nkofo ba, ukrum ha pa ma wo ban srahwe. Enkan kare titiro ye abrofo. Na oname yana kala kwan. Nti sesi o ma ahoho pere wo ba srahwe wo ukrum ha no. Oyezam. De ubotum na waba. Nti o ma sesi ano yahwer srahwe fo no ye tourism fo no. Tourist fo no ya ze yahwer mo no kura. Nti ye wenyi sum dai damra ma eyi oya de dada wo twem nkofo ba ukrom ha no se aban na nyi bado na sa oboa na wa ya aban no ye na wa ya hyan kwan no ye ya obotum aboa na ogesika was abla Butre mani na nkofo wo ma awon so wenye bibia ye na o ma na afa ne tempe fra.
In a recent documentary on best places to travel to in 2019, Ghana was ranked fourth. The list collated by CNN Travel described Ghana as the West African nation of economic success and political stability. The World Travel and Tourism Council, in a report in 2017, highlighted the impact of the sector on Ghana's gross domestic product and on job creation. The report also said the sector accounts for 10.4% of global GDP and 330 million jobs, but the corresponding investment in the sector has been quite low as compared to the resources the country is blessed with in the tourism sector. The Butre situation is just one of the many examples dotted across the country. So this is the bad state of the access road to Butre, which is a very serious tourism destination. But the road is so bad that this has become a disincentive for tourism.
Due to the road, if any visitor or any tourist want to come here, because of the road, you couldn't come here. And at the same time, we have some hill here. When it rains, it's very difficult for them to climb the hill. So that if they come with the small cars, even the 4x4 car, they can't climb the hill. And the route too has spoiled. Because of that, we couldn't get any visitor here. And so that because of all these things, there is no tourism here.
The poor state of the road to this community has not only affected tourism, but has also become a headache for both commuters and motorists. Some of the angry residents have threatened not to vote in the next election if things do not change.
To get a car is very hard because the road is no good. To come here, everybody don't want to come. The drivers don't want to come here because the here spoiled. So they must try to come and do something for us. We'll make sure that this year we can't make the election for the president. We can't vote this year because the road is no good.
Sir, in super demand, you to meet Senator Funugu or Kwananjo, near the kind of fence into Adam Bojo and Towers, Nina say, into watch about 3 days or there, Yoko shop, near Kaya de Mekan Wedgma, into your simping for the one to only on show crow of Butre, near Bre.
Agnes Kobner, a farmer, tells Citi News her farm produce always get rotten as buyers hardly come to the area due to poor nature of the road. Though the Ahanta West Municipal Assembly acknowledges Butre's tourism potentials, it does not seem to have any immediate plans for the road.
Butre has always been mentioned in our various reports as a hotbed for tourism. So I want to believe that as we speak and as we move forward in our development plans, we'll find the highlights of those things and then pick them up. I mean, in this case, we need people to partner us from the region all the way to national level. We need to make sure that the potential of tourism within that enclave will be captured. It's not as if we don't work on the roads. We work on the roads, but as it happens, this year we've experienced an unusual rainfall pattern, and that is what has affected the roads. We are grappling on a daily basis as to how to get these things fixed. But at the same time, you have to time it in such a way that you fix it and it will last for a period of time before the next rain affects it. So we are just waiting till the end of this current season, and then we go back there and fix it up.
Although the Tourism Development Authority has been generating some revenue from the tourism levy to boost the sector, it appears their plan for Butre has no timelines.
Now we have current information of Butre from 4 weeks ago, and we have documentary on it, so we know. And I'm tabling it for one of activities in November. Last 2 months ago, I was in Spain. We are having a sister relationship with a whole agency in Las Palmas in terms of Gran Canaria. So one of the areas, especially, is Butre, the access road, and then the Fort Metal Cross, and those ones are the things we are trying to assess, because you need to have a specific issue in mind when you are talking.
The sight and sounds from looking at this lagoon from the top of the Fort Batastan here in Butre is a beautiful sight for tourists to actually come here to view or experience. But until the access road to this particular community is actually fixed, this will be a denial to tourists who actually visit Ghana. For Citi News, I'm Akwesi Jenim, Butre, here in the Ahanta West District of the Western Region.
So that's a video by our correspondent Akwesi Jenim breaking down the exact problem of the Butre Road in that area. And we do have the MP of Ahanta West with us. Good morning, Honorable Kojokum.
Good morning, madam. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for being with us. Can you please tell us the status of the road, what you've been able to do to at least fix it?
Hello? I didn't get what you said.
Tell us more about the road and what you've been able to do to solve this problem that your people say they're experiencing.
Yeah, thank you very much, and a very good morning to your viewers and listeners. The road network in Ahanta West has experienced drastic improvements under His Excellency Nana Adedankwa Akufo-Addo. As we speak now, some roads are under construction. Indeed, currently the road from Abuadi to Atepenke Tontum Piasem and Huntumanu to Butre has been captured by the feeder road for reconstruction by DMCC. So hopefully, I am aware that the tender processes have commenced, and then very soon I'm sure they will put up the bid for people to tender for the reconstruction service.
But your people are seeing they've not seen any changes at all, and it's affecting the potential for them to make money from tourism. You know, we are all waiting that come September 1st, maybe our borders will be open. This would have been a great opportunity for them to make some money.
Yes, it's true that tourism is also one of the key drivers of our economy. And you all will also recognize that good roads in itself also facilitate tourist activities in a particular area. That's why I'm saying that once these roads have been captured and some work has been done up to this stage, I'm sure when the road is constructed, it will boost and open up the area to attract the necessary investment. And if you are talking about tourism, we shouldn't even just confine ourselves to the Butre enclave. Currently, there are also activities ongoing, and there are plans to also construct the Niamey Jamra Road. I know that one strategic investor wants to put up a big resort at Niamey. So once all these roads in the constituency are being worked on, I'm very certain that it will open up the area, not only to attract tourists, but also to make life more comfortable for the people who live in the whole constituency.
So can you give us some timelines on when some of these constructions will begin to take place for the people to actually see?
Hello?
Yes, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you give us some timelines so we know that, okay, in this specific area, this is when the construction will take place? Because as it stands now, your people are not seeing anything, so perhaps you can provide some light to that for us.
No, it is not right to say that my people are not seeing anything.
That's what they are saying.
Indeed, if there's any government that has made a lot of infrastructure development in Ahanta West, it is under the able leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. It is true that the road from Abuadi through to Butre needs serious attention. That's why I'm giving you that assurance that CMPC is seriously working on that road, and that hopefully before the end of the year, we'll see some activity on that road.
Yeah, so lastly, the past 3 years, what have you been able to actually do, as an administration to show the people that, okay, this is the progress that we are making, and how do they know that what the remaining 4 months that's left of the year will be able to actually complete some of the things that you were saying will happen?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that if there's any government that has been very, for want of a better word, good to the good people of Ahanta West, under the administration of His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. When you come here now, you see that the road network wasn't that good. But as we speak now, there's road construction on the Princess Road, there's road construction from Antonio Quantat to Ejam, there's road construction from Abram Quantat bypass to Disco, and then plans are far advanced to do the road there's road construction currently from Sankon Quantat to Butre Point. There are plans to do the Enyano, Ejamram, Emia Road, and then even the one on the Princess Road, they are extending to Akipi. And all these things are happening within these 3 years.
Okay.
So it's not as if the road infrastructure, which we all see as a main line to the opening up of tourist investment in the area, has not been tackled. So once all these routes are ongoing, there's that assurance that 3 major routes have also been captured to be funded by GNPC. I think our people should be patient enough for GNPC to tackle this way for us, so that it will open up the space for all of us.
Okay, so hopefully you're saying that by the end of this year, the roads will be fixed so that people in the community can make some income from being there and not have to leave. We'll follow back up with you on this to see exactly what we can do and speak to some of the developmental agencies as well on what they are doing to prioritize the road. Thank you very much, Honorable Kojokum, for being with us. And thank you at home for staying. Don't forget that if you have any issues within your community and you want to draw the attention to policymakers, just send it to us via the email hellomrpresidenttv@gmail.com, or our WhatsApp line is 0550585832, and we'll show it right here on Breakfast Daily every Wednesday at 9:30. Hi there. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.
This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.